I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad right now, honestly, because Korra is over. It's over, and overall, that finale was spectacular. It really was. There's a couple of things where I'm like, what the fuck? But overall, I love The Legend of Korra. It's been an amazing ride. Book 4, I will say, overall as a book, is probably the worst Korra book, like, out of the 4. It's not too far below season 1. It's probably like tied with season 1, so those would be third, and then I'd say it's 2 second and 3 first. But it was still fucking amazing. Even Korra, worst in comparison, is the fucking shit, and I loved this season. The final episode really brought a lot of things to a close, and rounded things out. There's a couple more things I would have liked to see. Maybe made it a little more longer, maybe even giving us a time skip. I don't know if there's ever going to be future plans for another Korra season, or, you know, more a second Avatar series. Who knows what's going to happen in the future in terms of this, but for all intents and purposes, this is the end of the journey, and I'm going to miss it. I'm really going to miss my Korra. But let's get into the episode. Let's go. First thing I'm going to talk about, the fight between Korra and Kuvira. Before the mech explodes, before the suit explodes, and they're just in the room going in. That fight was amazing. It was amazing. We finally get some slow-mo. We barely got any slow-mo. Like, you know, when we go in on Korra and there's epic fights, there's always like one slow-mo scene that's just beast. When they exchange that one blow in midair and it just slowed down, I was like, holy shit, this fight is hype. This fight is so hype. Got Kuvira like dragging her around the room, Korra using all of her bending pretty much, just going in. And it was crazy. It was absolutely an amazing fight. It's exactly what I wanted. They were pretty evenly matched. Korra didn't rely on the Avatar state. She just went in, and it was a beast fight. It was a beast fight. And then you had Mako and Bolin, you know, going in, shutting down the suit and going for the core and everything like that. I was hyped to see that Bolin's lava bending has gotten on that Gazan level. If not, he's about to surpass Gazan at this point, honestly. Because you see him using the lava disc, just kind of manipulating it around, tossing it around the room like, yo, nope. Bolin, he had the lava disc, and Mako going in as usual. I loved how Bolin this season, you know, has used his lava bending time and time again, whereas Mako, finally he uses the lightning again. It seems like we always have to wait for a season finale for Mako to go in with lightning. But it was dope. It was a very endearing scene with them just being like, yo, bro, you gotta get out of here. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna blow this up. I'm gonna overload it with my lightning. And you see Bolin, he can't leave his brother behind. He's waiting there, helps him evacuate at the end, and that scene Mako just like pumping lightning into the Spirit Vine core. I was just like, yo, this is tight. This episode overall, like, the animation was beautiful. The music just gave me those vibes of like Korra, man. It's that Korra greatness. It's coming to an end. Oh my goodness. You had Sue and Lin going in, you know, taking out the arm and everything like that, destroying the cannon. For the most part, it had like blast left in it, which you see Kuvira use when they go into the forest. As soon as she like stumbled upon that area in the forest, I knew, or not really a forest, I guess it's like the Republic City Park, but it's where the spirit vines have been, you know, growing and whatnot throughout the city, the concentration of it. And I was just like, yo, she found the gun, she's gonna go in, and when Korra stumbles upon it, she's just like sitting on it, I'm like, holy shit. And of course she loses control of it. Things pretty much progressed in terms of Kuvira exactly as I foresaw them. We don't get to see her punishment. It's not really necessary, but I would have liked to see more resolution between Baatar Jr. and Kuvira. I mean, it's really time constraints, but there's much more things I would have liked to see. Just a brief moment on. I mean, during the you know, the wedding reception for Varric's wedding, you see a bunch of the characters running around and whatnot, but we don't really get too much dialogue from everyone. But I would have liked to see, you know, some resolution here and there. Baatar Jr. and Kuvira was one of them that I wanted to see, like just a brief conversation, just a really brief conversation. But anyway, she repents for her. She's willing to accept any punishment. She sees the error of her ways, and I love it shows in that scene where they go to the spirit world and Korra is talking to her, how far Korra has come, because she would have never treated her enemy like that in the first place. She would have never related to her. She has learned truly, from the beginning to who she is now, she's a true avatar. She can take on anything. She understands the importance of balance in pretty much all things. She's beastly. I love Korra at this point. She's come so far. I've always loved her, but I can honestly, truly say that she's matured tremendously. And what Tenzin says at the end of this episode is true. She changed the world so much in just a few years that, you know, most avatars hadn't done in their entire lifetime. Of course, Aang is an exception, because Aang is just that shit where he completely, you know, altered the path of the world because the avatar had been gone for so long. But Korra is definitely up there. I wish we could see more flashbacks, because, you know, Avatar 1 was a beast as well. I wish we could have seen more insight into the previous Avatar lives at some point. Maybe we will get that. I doubt that, you know, the creators are trying to go further than this at this point, but who knows? I mean, it was a long time before Korra came around, so hopefully there's more Avatar in the future. But I love the way that Korra has matured and come into her own as the Avatar. Varric's wedding with Julie, that shit was endearing as fuck. I was so happy to just get to see that. And like Bolin, you know, reading the vows and everything, he's just like, yeah, like, now you can do the thing. I'm just like, yo, just, at any time, like, Varric just, like, being up there talking about, you know, how it's his big day, and just seeing him cry and break down and actually show his emotions and, like, admit that Julie makes him so happy. I was just like, yeah, a lot of things just have come full circle and really progressed, and you can see the development with this finale. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The action at the beginning was epic as fuck. Especially, you know, even like the mini fights against like random fodder with Sue and Lin going in, for example, or Bolin and Mako, those were dope. They were so well done. The animation, like I say, it was amazing. And like that Korra and Kuvira fight, again, I have to say, epic. Absolutely epic, man. Prince Wu, you see that he's very much matured as well, as I said in the last episode review. And it shows. He wants to step down. He wants to eliminate the monarchy. He wants, you know, the Earth Kingdom to be independent states with elected leaders and everything like that. I'm just like, yo, getting on the democracy train. Good shit, Prince Wu. Because if it's any indication that you're on, I believe it was that crazy Earth Queen, yo, you don't want to reinstitute anything where that can happen. Once again, the monarchy is just flawed. And of course, Kuvira's system was flawed as well. And it's good that she came to that resolution through Korra, you know, associating with her and, you know, really digging into what was at in Kuvira's heart and why she was, you know, striving for what she was striving for. But there are some things that I would have liked more exposition on, like Bolin and Opal. I would have liked to see that really quickly, you know, maybe just more of Tenzin's children. I don't really care for Kai, so I don't mind that. Just maybe see some external characters from the series through as a whole, since this is the very end, you know, like Katara, maybe Toph once again. I mean, we got enough Toph resolution this book. Zuko, maybe, like some of the older characters. It would have been nice to see them come through and then get some play. I mean, Tarnarok was at the wedding and everything. That was cool. But there could have been more resolution in terms of that. I don't know where, you know, we didn't get to see much Boomy throughout the last half of the season. You know, Tenzin's sister, I forget her name. There's a lot of that, the whole families and that dynamic and everything. We could have seen more exposition on that. And especially just the Bolin and Opal thing. I mean, it was fine. Bolin got some words at the end there. At least they did a final, you know, little wrap-up between Mako and Korra, which I knew that we're probably never going to get Mako x Korra again, especially with this weirdness of Korrasami being like one unit when it comes to Mako, honestly, for this entire book. And the ending, dude, with them going on vacation together, just kind of like staring at each other, like holding hands, going to the lab, like, what is this Korrasami, Korra x Asami, Yuri shit that's going on right here? Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, it was weird. I'm like, yo, like, I love the fact that you guys are such good friends at this point. It's awesome. It's awesome. You guys have come a long way in terms of your relationship. But first of all, what about your boys, your old school homies, Mako and Bolin? Like, it's cool to have a girlfriend, but now, you know, it seems like there's almost like an air of romance about you holding hands and going into light. That was something I found weird. I would have preferred a whole group team Avatar vacation or something like that, as opposed to how that ended. But, you know, overall, just a really, really good finale, and I'm I'm sad. I'm happy. I'm sad seeing some of the things that went down, like, you know, Varric's wedding, Korra really maturing and becoming a true avatar. Because that's what she needed. She needed to solve this issue entirely in and of herself. She, like, fucking bends almost the spirit energy and creates a new spirit portal. And I'm just like, yo, this is beautiful. Like, that scene just looked beautiful when the spirits came back and repopulated the area and everything like that. I was just like, yo, well done, well done. Aside from not enough exposition, this being the final episode of the series, aside from not enough exposition on some of the other characters in the series that we've gotten in previous seasons and earlier on in this season, I would have liked to see some of them, like I said. I would have liked to see more exposition on Bolin, Opal, you know, Jinora, everything like that. But it was good enough, especially considering time constraints. And my only qualm is the weirdness with Korrasami. Like, it's cool. I like the fact that they're, like, really close at this point, but it could have been a team avatar trip to the spirit world, not you two holding hands and going into the light as the ending, making it seem as though you're in some sort of relationship or something, which I wouldn't mind, but at the same time it's weird. I would have preferred, if Korra and Asami actually got together, that's fine with me. I would just say that I would prefer if Mako and Korra were together, because I always liked Mako with Korra. I always liked it. But nevertheless, it was a great episode, a great finale, not just to this book, but to the series as a whole. There just could have been a little more things added in there, but I'm really gonna miss Korra, as I said. I'm really gonna miss. I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I'm taken aback. I'm thrown off, because it's gone. Like I keep saying, hopefully in the future, like not, of course not anytime soon, but hopefully in the future we get a new Avatar series, whether it's, you know, a continuation of Korra, whether it's, you know, maybe a prologue series going back to Avatar's past, before Aang. Maybe it's, you know, the next Avatar after Korra, which that would be really sad, because then it would just be like a rehash of Korra for the most part, in terms of how they would keep certain elements of Korra's generation around and then have a whole new generation. And that's fine with me, but I would like to see most, is either going back and just like a new Avatar series going back into the past before Aang and seeing some of the old, like picking an older Avatar, maybe, you know, so just doing an episode on each Avatar, something like that, or, you know, going forward and just making it new Korra, like focusing on the same group, just give it a time skip and make it like a part 2 of Korra in a sense like that. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get that. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'm not like hyped for that or anything like that, because even if we were to get that, it's gonna be years from now. It's the same kind of distance between Avatar and Korra, so I'm not saying that. And as an ending and as a series, it was beautiful in wrapping everything up. So we don't necessarily need it, but I just always love to get more Avatar, man. I love this shit. It's my favorite American cartoon, hands down. Like, almost ever, I think honestly almost ever. Like, if I want to go back and think about that old school greatness, like, I'm not talking about anything that was on Toonami, nothing that has ever come from Japanese animation studios am I considering this. I am just solely saying an American made cartoon action series too. I gotta put action series on it. I think that honestly is the best, barring like some superhero stuff that's come out, and some old school stuff that was on Cartoon Network, WB, Kids WB and shit back in the day. I don't care. Korra was amazing. Avatar as a series is just the shit. Let me know your thoughts on this finale. Anything you thought was missing from it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm out. Peace.